does anybody want me to go over number 1?
Are we talking about the Unit 4 test right now?
Yeah, the
or...
Unit 4 test.
Let me pull it up.
Are you gonna post the recording?
Did I hit record? I think I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
Okay.
What'd you ask? Sarah?
I actually am just going to do number 1 since some people aren't here. I do know that some people didn't get it. All right, so the first one, page 1, what you have, the first question asks you to find the length of the minor arc. So the minor arc should use, it's the smaller one, and that does correspond to the angle that is there. So I just get to use the length of an arc formula, which is r theta. So here my radius is 10 and my angle is 2.2. So the length that you should have gotten is 22 centimeters. Those are your units. You have to use your units.
Wait, if you get 7 points, then that means you got it right?
Yes, that means you got it right. Okay, the second part asks you to find the perimeter of the shaded region. So when you have the perimeter of the shaded region, this is the part that's shaded. That means you need the length of the arc, but you also need these 2 pieces right here, which are both the length of the radius. So I would have the perimeter is equal to the length of the arc plus the radius plus the radius, which means that it is 22 plus 10 plus 10, which is 42 centimeters. So that's our perimeter. Okay, the last one is finding the area of the shaded region. So we use the area of the sector formula. So for the area of the sector formula, we have 1/2 r squared theta, which is equal to 1/2 10 squared times 2.2, which comes out to 110 centimeters squared because it's area. I keep the same unit other than now that it's area, it should be squared. Right, Rohan?
Did I really forget that?
You did on one of these. I don't know which one it was, but
I think it was
considering
that
how
one.
many times I screamed units at all of you when we went over the review, I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I put the right units down. I just stated that 220 divided by 2 is 100.
Yeah, that one hurt too, Leonard, not gonna lie.
Miss Thompson, you can't expect
why?
anything- you can't expect anything less from me on this one. Let's be real.
I can expect so much more though.
You can. That is true. There's a low floor and a high ceiling, and I hit the floor.
Okay, so for this next one, it's the bronze sphere. So you're going to use the volume of a sphere equation. So
It's 4/3 pi r cubed.
yes, so you have the volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed, which is 4/3 pi times 10.5 cubed, which is approximately 4,849.05 centimeters cubed, which when we express it in terms of an A value, you're only allowed one whole number. So what I mean is you can only have one thing in front of the decimal point. So I have to have 4.85 because I only need 3 things because of IB. So those are my 3. I rounded this up for my 3 places, but the decimal has to be here. Now, what I'm doing when I'm multiplying by 10, how many times do I have to multiply by 10 to get from 4.85 to 4,800?
3.
Thrice.
Yes, so this would be 10 to the 3rd power centimeters cubed. Cool? All right. So the next question asks if it's melted down and remolded into the shape of a cone. So now I'm going to use the volume of a cone formula. And I end up with 1/3 pi r squared h. And I know the volumes are the same in theory. We're assuming there was no loss of mass. So I have to set these equal to each other. So I have 4,800. I used this number. You could also use, I wouldn't use it in this form. I would multiply it out. So you could also use 4,850 if you wanted to, but I just used the exact value. Equals 1/3 pi r squared h. And then our height, they told us the height of the cone was 11.9. It's not the radius, it's the height. So make sure you plug it in the correct place. When you solve all of this, you end up getting that r is approximately 19.73, which means that in IB it is 19.7 centimeters for the radius. Somebody help, we still have plenty of time, but somebody help keep an eye on the time for me.
What
Just
time does class end today?
50. It's a regular day. Okay. So this next one, I feel like we did a lot of these in all of our reviewing, but maybe I'm crazy. So for part A, it wants you to find the length of the minor arc. The minor arc is that small one. So I get to use the length of an arc formula, which is r theta, which in this case is 5 times 2.1, which is 10.5 centimeters. In order to find the length of the chord, you use cosine rule. So I have AB squared is equal to OA squared plus OB squared minus 2OA times OB times cosine of our angle. So I get AB squared is equal to 5 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 5 times 5 times the cosine of 2.1. Which when you solve all of that out, you should get AB is approximately 8.67 centimeters.
You're on the second part, Miss Thompson? Like
I'm
of this
on
question?
A part 2 of question 3. I'm about to move on to part B.
Okay.
Using the, so when I look at that shaded region, I like refer to that as the crust. In order to find the area of the crust, I have to take the area of the whole pizza slice and then subtract the area of the toppings. So I have to find the area of the sector and subtract the area of the triangle.
Wait, can you say that one more time?
Yeah. So there's a piece of pizza, and then the shaded part is just the crust. In order to find the area of the shaded region, I have to do the area of the sector minus the area of the triangle, which in pizza terms is find the area of the pizza slice and subtract the toppings
Okay.
to just get the crust.
In order to find the area of the crust,
Mhm.
But what is that called in math terms? I know it's not crust. What's that called?
The area of the shaded region. Okay, so I typically break this into 2 parts and then do answer minus answer, but I'm just gonna write it all out. So the area of the sector formula is 1/2 r squared theta, and then the area of a triangle, for the love of all that is holy, the area of the triangle is 1/2 AB sine theta. I curse all the teachers that told you it's 1/2 base times height. I curse them all. Not really, because like I get it. I encourage you to use this formula if you have trouble remembering, because in a right triangle, when you use this formula, you should have sine of 90 at the end, and sine of 90 is 1. That's where the formula 1/2 base times height comes from. But 1/2 base times height only works in right triangles. And what we have right here is not a right triangle. Sine of 2.1, right? That was the angle. Okay.
Liz, are you humming?
Yeah, sorry.
That was really good, Liz. Amazing.
So once you plug everything in, you should get 15.5 centimeters squared.
So for theta, do you put the sine of 2.1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just forgot to do that.
Yeah, you said 1/2 base times height. Silly.
Yeah. Listen, I thought I was slick with it, because if you do 1/2 base times height, I don't know what I was doing. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what I was thinking. I can't even rationalize it.
You weren't thinking. That's the thing.
Wait, would theta
2.1.
for both of them?
Yeah. Okay, the Pac-Man question, the app logo for a mobile arcade game. Definitely Pac-Man. Tripped a couple of y'all up. So when
Wait, can you go back? Can you go
Miss
back?
Thompson,
yes,
is this 4 that we're going on to now?
sure,
Okay, that's
Yes,
fine. I'm
four.
good now.
Pac-Man.
Wait, Miss Thompson, are you gonna post all this?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, she wanted to keep this recording for herself.
Bro, I didn't know.
Actually want to post it because it discourages people from like actively paying attention right now, but whatever.
Well, no, because like we record a lot of lessons and then never get it posted. Like in a lot.
Whoa, aggressive.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about.
Oh.
I was
man.
like, I tried.
Oh, other teachers do that.
I was
Yeah, they'll
talking
be
about-
recording
Oh.
themselves.
No. Every other teacher does
I
that.
was talking about how like every other teacher records lessons and never posts them.
Yeah.
Okay, I have forgotten a couple times, but I try. I really do.
Yeah, I wouldn't call you out like that. Actually, I would.
Listen, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, actually, I would. I was about to say that.
Okay, so Pac-Man. The problem that most of y'all had with the Pac-Man problem is because of the angle that we're looking for. Okay, so when you have this shape, Pac-Man, the angle that is notated is here in the middle. Right? But when they refer to the area of the logo, they're talking about this angle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh.
basically, in order to find AOB, which is right here in red, in order to find that one, I'm saying that the area is equal to pi r squared, which is the area of the whole circle, minus 1/2 r squared theta, where the theta is this red one. The other way you could do it, it's the same thing. You could say that the area is equal to 1/2 r squared theta of the blue angle. And then do 2 pi minus the blue angle would give you the red angle.
Why did I do 6 pi? I literally did that. I was like 6 pi minus.
It is 6 pi.
But then
You just
why-
plugged it in the wrong place. The area of the logo is 6 pi. So
Oh.
I'm going to do it this way. Okay. So I say that the area of the logo, which is 6 pi, is equal to pi r squared, where the radius is 3. So I have 3 squared minus 1/2 3 squared times our angle. Okay, so then I get 6 pi is equal to 9 pi minus 9/2 theta. And then you end up getting that theta is equal to 2 pi over 3.
Miss Thompson, can you do it the other way too?
Yeah. Okay, so when I do it the other way, when I do it this way, I get that 6 pi, the area of the shaded region, is equal to 1/2 r squared of the blue angle, which is the major angle. So when I end up solving that, sorry, I'll plug more in. So I get 6 pi equals 1/2 times 3 squared, which is 9, times our blue angle. So then we get 12 pi over 9 equals our blue angle, which is the same thing as saying 4 pi over 3. But then in order to find my red angle, I have to do 2 pi minus my blue angle, which is 4 pi over 3, which is the same thing as 6 pi minus 4 pi over 3, which is 2 pi over 3.
How is it the same thing?
Makes sense.
I literally just said it's the same thing, just 2 different ways to get there.
Like from the earlier.
Oh, I thought you were. Wait.
I was not doing part B yet. I'm just, Rohan has to see it the other way too.
No, I know. You went from 2 pi to 6 pi. Or is that the equation from the last way you did
Bro,
it?
that's the equation from the last one she was just showing you.
It's 6 pi over 3, Jacqueline, which is the same thing as 2 pi.
Okay.
Like that whole conversation we had about common denominators. Okay. Then it asked for the total length of the perimeter of the logo. This was another one where y'all struggled because you did a marvelous job of finding the length of an arc, but then forgot about Pac-Man's mouth. So when I talk about the perimeter of the logo, I need to include the length of the arc here in yellow, like that outside length. So that's the length of the arc, plus Pac-Man's mouth is the radius 2 times. So for the length of an arc formula, many of you did this part right, where you have R times 2 pi minus the angle you found of 2 pi over 3. Now here's where the benefit is of where if you did it the other way first and found the angle of the shaded region, you already know that this is 4 pi over 3. If not, you just do that step now. Same number of steps, really. You're just doing more in a different area. Okay. Plus our radius, which is 3. And our radius was 3 here, sorry. So what you end up getting is 4 pi centimeters. Oh, sorry, 4 pi for this part.
Wouldn't it be 4 pi plus 6?
Yeah, plus 6. Sorry, I was doing the length of the arc part first, which is then 4 pi plus 6 centimeters. And if you put that into your calculator, it's like 18 something, 19 something, I don't know, somewhere in that range. I think it's 18.
Can we leave it as 4 pi plus 6, or would that
Yep.
like?
Yeah, you can leave this 4 pi plus 6 because that's what's called an exact value. So you can't be penalized for rounding unless they tell you in the problem round to this many decimal places or something like that.
And if they don't tell you like where to round, do you just do 3 significant figures? Okay.
Okay. The next one is the ship. And boy, did the ship hurt my feelings again. Okay. Basically what you have is 2 triangles, okay? Is it okay if I draw those 2 triangles separately first? Because technically what you have is 3 triangles. So I have the triangle in the back, which is JOP. Right? Okay. This one is 100 because that's the height of Jim standing at the cliff. Okay, it tells me that the black pearl is at an angle of depression of 25, which means that the angle of depression is 25 here. If it's 25 here, it means it's 25 here. I also know that this is a right angle. I don't really need that even. I mean, I do in order to know that because it is a right triangle, I can use my SOHCAHTOA rules. I want to find this length right here. How do I relate this known information using the SOHCAHTOA rules?
You do, wait.
Opposite over adjacent.
Yeah, opposite over adjacent, which is which command?
Tangent.
Tangent. So I have tangent of 25 is equal to 100 over x. Make sure your calculator is in degrees for this one because it says degrees. You should end up getting that x is equal to 214.45. I'm not going to round it any more than that. Because I can't yet. It's not the final answer. IB doesn't let me round a lot. Okay, so that was the first triangle. There's another triangle. It's the one that's like pointed towards you. But if I were to draw it from like, if I were standing on the right side of the picture, it would look like this. And I have H, O, and J. I know that this is still 100. He's still 100 feet up there, even though it's a different side. And then it says that the angle of depression to Hispaniola is 50. So I know that this is 50 degrees. And now I'm looking for this length here.
You do the same thing.
Same thing. Tangent of 50 equals 100 over x. X ends up becoming about 83.910.
Can you explain like the HJO triangle again? Like, I just don't know how you like. do
Okay,
the-
like it just looks tilted.
Uh-huh.
Like if you were standing it's like kind of like the corner of a room almost. Like, you know how your walls are made up of squares?
Yeah.
Okay, except they're triangles.
My wall. Oh, okay.
So like you just have to stand on the other side of the wall to see it that way.
Oh, okay.
Like the wall is coming towards you in the picture.
Oh, so the drawing messed me up. Okay.
Sure, you can say that.
And I just didn't know it.
Okay, but instead of being a 90-degree angle corner of a room, instead it tells you there's one more triangle, and it's the triangle of the floor. So when I draw the triangle of the floor, it looks something like this. And they tell me that if this is O, H, and P, they tell me that this angle here is 75 degrees. And I just found the length of OP to be 214.45. And I found the length of OH to be 83.910. Okay, so what I end up getting here, what can I use? I want to know the distance between the two ships. What do I need to do? To find that?
Can you use tangent again?
Cosine rule.
Cosine rule. Yes, Sonia. Okay, so now I get to use cosine rule. So I have that PH squared is equal to OP squared plus OH squared plus OP times OH times the cosine of 75 degrees. Math happens. By this point, I really think I don't need to go through the steps of solving cosine rule. When you round it, you should get 209 meters.
Wait, you would multiply by -2, right?
Divide by, oh, this, yeah, sorry, it's -2 in the formula.
Okay.
Miss Thompson,
What's up?
You used opposite over adjacent, correct?
Yep. For the first two.
Yeah, but wouldn't opposite be x?
Nope.
If you're trying to find that length, wouldn't you have to use?
You have to do opposite of the angle. So what's opposite of the 25?
Oh, 100.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because you're trying to find the adjacent. Okay.
Yep. You got it, girl. Okay, how are we feeling?
Was that the last question?
Nope. But we are near the end of class. So I will continue the rest of the test on Thursday. Thank you all for filling out your reflection. HL students, you have me tomorrow for HL and Thursday. I've already posted the video. I'm letting y'all work in partners. The reason why I'm letting y'all do that is because you have 2 lessons this week. Hopefully today I will post the Thursday lesson. That is my goal. Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Wait, what do you mean by partners?
I mean, when you watch the video, I think your partner is Andrew. Like for your homework question, instead of having to do it by yourself, you're getting to work together.
Hey, Andrew.
Okay. So, SL students, on Thursday, we will continue working on this test, and then you'll have an opportunity to keep working on your IAs and other test corrections and ask questions, okay? Okay, great. See y'all either tomorrow or Thursday.
Yes, man.
See you today or during.
Or later today in theater.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, later today in theater.
The rest of your day.
Bye, Miss Thompson.
Thank you.
Mhm.